What's good, everybody? We're back again, picking up right where we left off. We're talking about X factors. Hove, let's let them know.
Yep. Yeah, Raj touched a little bit upon, the Mavs X factors. I'm gonna talk a little bit about the Heat X factors. I think this man Mike Miller, that's been coming off the bench these, last few games, been showing us a lot of stuff that that I saw at least with the Wizards last year. This man last year shot 50% from behind the 3-point line. If you can bring that, everything that he brought back these last two games, it's gonna be a real help for him. LeBron driving down the paint, D Wade driving in there. Chris Bosh. They're gonna be focusing on the big three. He's got to be able to hit those shots, and
Yes.
he's a little bit of a mismatch. He's a little bit bigger. He can run the point forward too. But honestly, I think it's gonna come down to that eighth man. Like Raj was saying, Mario Chalmers, huge defensive liability for him. He can't be out there guarding Berea. He'd be getting cooked by Watson the entire last game. So Spoelstra really has his hands tied. He needs to figure out what that seventh, eighth guy in the rotation is going to be, because they need to figure out if they're going to go with him or James Jones. James Jones is a little bit longer, maybe be able to guard the wing a little bit better. It'll help D Wade, help them have D Wade, maybe guard one of those quicker guards like Berea, Jason Terry. I think Spoelstra's got his hands tied. He's gonna have to figure it out quick, because the Mavs will jump on you. You saw them. They swept the Lakers. They'll jump on you if they see a weakness, especially in that defense. So, yeah, it's my X factors, man. Mike Miller, Spoelstra, see what they got.
Hey, man, that was good word, man. Good word. I'm definitely hoping to see a little bit of James Jones out there. Big time 3-point shooter. But my X factor is still, I'm talking about the starters. And, a lot of people are talking about Dirk Nowitzki offensively, and he deserves it. He's great. But I think he's somewhat of a defensive liability as well. If Joel Anthony's out there, he doesn't really do much. He's a screen setter. He gets tips. He's very active. But when you substitute Haslam in there, and you have Bosh and Haslam out on the court, Dirk has to mark one of them. And if you can isolate him or get Haslam some open jumpers, it can make Dirk exert energy on the defensive end. That's only going to help. If you look at Dirk's minutes throughout the playoffs, he's not playing the 45 minutes, so he's already going to be out some chunk of the game. But if you can wear him down when he's in the game, just give him some form of, opposition to just make him work. So if you let Dirk Nowitzki be lazy on the defensive end, it's a rest. You're killing yourself. This man makes shots, the most impossible shots, man. He's like Houdini on the court. People can't block his shot. He's 7-footer shooting fadeaways. He's just something to watch, something special. So I really want to see how the Mavs defend the Heat. I think Heat are going to have no problem getting into the paint. We've already talked about it. We expect Dwayne Wade to cook whoever he's marking. We think LeBron has the upper edge on whoever's marking him. So if they can get to the paint and get Tyson Chandler out, who is their defensive anchor, if you can get him into foul trouble and put Brandon Haywood in there, or even get Dirk a few fouls, you're going to make the games a lot easier. I think Tyson Chandler, him being on the court is huge, and Dirk being on the court is monumental. So just try to wear their defense down and with your offense, and make sure you win the free throw battle. I think the free throw battle is going to be huge in this series as well. We really broke down the series in some crazy depth, but I think this is the time a lot of people have been waiting for, man. It's our predictions. You only get to do it once. So I hope you all are ready. I don't know who wants to go first, but speak up. I got the drum roll.
You know what? I think I'll take advantage of the opportunity, because I feel like mine's kind of, going out on a limb. It's not necessarily what I want to happen, but that's the beauty of the finals, Sometimes what the unexpected happens, I feel like, everyone's kind of going for the Heat. I'm going Mavericks on this one, and it's like I said, it's not really what I want. I'd love to see King James get that ring. Just about those playoff edition LeBron James kicks. Very nice in the court. If y'all hitting the court up, definitely look into getting those. But with the Mavericks, like I said earlier in the first part, they're a team with so much to prove. From top to bottom. You got Nowitzki, who I mentioned. He had the problems with the 2006 finals. Some say a choke job. Some say a fixed job. Who knows for sure? He's going to be playing his ass off. This is his last chance, This is it. He has a lot of old players in the squad that aren't going to be going for that second run. Like I said, you got Stojakovic, who's still got that 20, 30-point potential still, like maybe once or twice in a blue moon. But if that blue moon comes this week, that's a great time to come because, if he can swing one or two games, especially one in Miami, that's trouble. That's a whole new series. I said Marion, he dealt with some issues with the Suns. Maybe he felt a little subconscious. Maybe he's a little soft. Maybe he wanted to be the big dog. Maybe he really wasn't the big dog. But he's still got those issues. He'll still be thinking about my man Amari, my man Steve Nash, and all the all the love that I guess he didn't receive. He's got that chip on his shoulder, and we'll see if he can use it against LeBron. I already mentioned Kidd. Jason Kidd. He's 38 years old. He's old, man. This is it. He's still playing at a pretty high level for a 38-year-old. But after this, his time is coming short. I mentioned Terry. He's got the tattoo of the championship trophy in his arm. That's a lot to put on the table. He's got a home where he goes back to. He's got family. They see that. And he doesn't win the championship. That's a lot of being talked back home. I don't know if he wants to deal with that. I feel like he's going to be giving his all no matter what. And then I said also Berea, man. Berea's kind of playing outside of his league with Miss Universe. You win a ring, you put your foot down, you keep a girl like that. You don't win a ring, maybe he's old news. We all know he's got the big. I don't know what else is big on my man. I'm not trying to say nothing in particular, but y'all could use your imaginations. I gotta say, man. Like I said, the Mavs got it. To me, I think they got it. I'm gonna say it's still going 7. And when I do make this prediction, it's tough for me to stick with it. But I'm gonna go with Dirk. I think it's his time. I think it's Jason's time. And if the Heat don't win this one, watch out next year. We're talking 72-plus victories. You heard it first. But let's see what Geet has to say on this matter, man. I want to see what Geet has to say.
Yeah, man. I also think it's going to go 7. I think it's going to go 7, man. It's definitely a good matchup, man. One of the best finals in a while. Last time I remember his finals, like I was this hype was like Utah Jazz, Chicago. I don't even really remember. I just remember just loving to watch those games. I just knew they were going 7. They were going to be hard fought, but I think the Heat got this one. To be honest, the Mavs, yeah, they've been balling, man. Dirk dropping crazy numbers. Berea balling out of his mind. Raj, you made all the points necessary, but what I think what it comes down to is that they're going to run into that Heat D that they just haven't seen before. They got a lot of people to throw at Dirk, man. Dirk's still probably going to average, his good old 30 points a game, but it's going to be a hard-earned 30 points. He's not going to be playing over 40 minutes a game. So he's going to have to make it work. Vineyard, pointed out his defensive liabilities, but to be honest, I just don't see how it's going to happen. D Wade definitely has to step his game up. Those guards on the Dallas side can't guard him. I know the Heat guards aren't really that good either, but there's no reason D Wade shouldn't be dropping some crazy numbers either. And then you always got my man, LeBron. I haven't really talked much about him. Y'all have been taking that over for me, but this guy, his numbers speak for himself. This man's a triple-double waiting to happen. Point forward, 6'9", 250, freight train, unguardable. To be honest, I just don't see how he's not going to do it. He got swept last time, swept in 4 games. I'd be embarrassed. This is his first time back. It's taken a long time to get back. We all thought, he was winning those 60-some games a year with the Cavs, but now he's finally back, and I don't think he's going to let this time slip through his hands. The big 3, they came together for a reason, and they came to get a ring. Honestly, I think it's going to be the first of many, but we'll see how it happens. I said, it's going to be hard. It's going to go 7, but definitely the Heat are taking this home, man. The King's going to get his title, and then all the haters got to right there.
Hey, I guess it's my turn, man. Speaking of haters, man, when it comes to King James and Dirk Bird, as my man Raj calls them, they're great players, all-time greats. We're talking top 30, giving them their respect, ring or no ring. They've done things that, I hope to see again from another player. When you're talking about a skilled player, both of their sides are doing the things they do on the court, there's no reason to hate on them. Just understand there might not be another one like these 2 players for a long, long time. Like, just very gifted players, and I'm real excited to see them play. When I think about this series, you're thinking the Mavericks' second best player is out of the series, and that's Caron Butler. If he's in there, it's a completely different series. I think it doesn't get mentioned enough. So you're talking about a guy that's big, strong. He's LeBron size. He doesn't weigh much less. He's a gritty player, hard nosed. He's tough. They need him out there. And with him being on a suit on the sideline, that's huge. And the whole season, we were talking about, they need Miller and Haslam to step up for them to win. And they haven't done it consistently yet, but they seem to be coming in just at the right time. So hopefully they can righten the ship and get that thing straight for the finals run. So this is tough for me, but I'm going to go with the Heat in 6. I really think that winning the free throw battle is huge. You can't let Dirk get to the line 24 times. I mean, that's unacceptable. Stay on your feet, stay disciplined. I was very critical of Eric Spoelstra on my Twitter earlier throughout the year, but he's really shown his true colors, showed he's willing to make adjustments, and hopefully he makes that adjustment with James Jones. You need to keep the floor spread. You got to keep the floor spread. That's what the Mavs do. And another key is just making sure you don't double Dirk. And I think they have the players and the tools to make sure they don't do that. So also let me throw this in there. These teams are great on the road. And even though the Heat haven't lost one game at home, I expect them to. I also expect the Mavs to. Home court advantage is cool and everything, but these teams can win on the road. So I see a up and down seesaw battle type series, but I'm gonna go with the Heat in 6. And I'm really looking forward to it. I know we're gonna have a little bit of a breakdown after each and every game. Just letting y'all know what we think, our thoughts, and our opinions, obviously. And I know y'all looking forward to that. And just enjoy the great basketball, man. Get you some Yinglings. We're all drinking on that right now. Get you whatever you drink on and just enjoy the games and enjoy some great basketball. I mean, that's all I got. I'm going to see if anybody else got some closing comments before we peace out.
I'll go first, man. Something quick, baby. Just keep loving the game. Keep watching the NBA, man. We might have this lockout, but the more fans that watch the games, the more love we show these finals, the less chance that is. I mean, everywhere you look, we got some teams coming up, even here in Washington,
Yes.
We got Jimmy Wall making moves. We got the old man, Jordan Crawford. I mean, we got the New Jerseys. Just watch the games, man. Show the game love. Don't be a rider, but this time you can, yeah. This time you get the Roger Cribble to be a rider. I got
Yeah, man. Closing comments, basically. It's going to be one of the best finals we've seen in a while. No reason to be hating on either team. We've been saying it all night that a lot of LeBron haters out there, but watch it with an open mind. Watch all those 48 minutes. Don't be critical on anything. Don't be blasting no one on Twitter. There's no reason to, man. This is a great time. This is a great time in basketball. We got a lot of players that wrapping up their careers, and a lot of them just coming into their prime. A lot of them we're going to be seeing for these next few years. And honestly, I'm just glad to be on this with my boys, man. Spreading the love, spreading the knowledge. The big 3 right here. You'll be hearing a lot
we got
from
our
us.
own version right here, baby. Can you dig it? Hey, but I got to get the plug in on the site. JustMyHumbleOpinion.com coming real soon. We got some exclusive content, interviews, pictures, videos, whatever any other site is bringing. We're going to bring it better, harder, and we're going to do what we can to make sure we're your number one site for everything doing with sports, hip-hop, fashion, whatever it is, man. I see my man pointing to the Redskins, too. But, hey, VA all day.
Love.
We're out of here. 1.